Hi everybody, this is Rob and Thayer with Two Brothers Hobby, and today we're taking a look at the Flyzone Calypso.
As you can see, Rob, the Calypso is a pretty good sized foam powered glider. Comes in 4 versions: a full ready to fly with everything you need in the box, a transmitter ready version, TXR, which is what we're flying today. You can also get an RXR version, which has everything but the receiver, and the full RTF basic kit, no electronics on board.
Alright Thayer, why don't you run us through some of the specs of the Calypso?
Will do. The Flyzone Calypso has a wingspan of 73 inches. The wing area is 526 square inches. The wing load-in as flown with our weight was 7.6 ounces per square foot. The fuselage is 47 inches long, and the weight on the box says 29 ounces. We found ours was a little lighter than that. It came in at 27.85 ounces. It has a 28 millimeter brushless outrunner motor. There's an 18 amp brushless speed control that comes installed in the model, and the battery we're flying with is a 3S 11.1 volt 1300 milliamp LiPo. The Calypso also includes a balancing DC charger, and it requires a 4-channel Tactic transmitter or any transmitter you can use with their AnyLink module. The onboard electronics are the 18 amp brushless ESC I mentioned. Also has a Tactic SLT TR624 receiver and 4 micro analog servos. Those are the specs, Rob. How was it coming out of the box?
Well, you know, the Calypso has a very low parts count, which is good for a couple of reasons. One, a beginner doesn't want to be overwhelmed by a lot of pieces, and you know, somebody looking to get in the air quick, you know, low parts count always makes it easier. Actually, Thayer, the funny thing is this entire build only had 3 screws to it and a piece of Velcro. You can't get much easier than that, really. So if you look at the parts as they come out, you've got the main fuse, you've got the horizontal and vertical tail sections that are 2 separate pieces. Basically what you do is you interlock the horizontal to the vertical, and that involves the longer screw out of the 3. And one note on the assembly of the tail itself is the screw itself will feel like you're constantly turning forever and it's not grabbing anything. But what eventually happens is it does grab and it pulls those 2 sections together. So just a little note that if you think you're not getting into the threads, you are getting into them. You just got to give it a little bit of time. But as far as that goes, you know, all of your linkages are already set up, basically, other than connecting them to the tail once that surface is installed. Your ailerons are already installed as far as the linkages go, and the servos. The wing section itself, the main wing section, has a carbon fiber spar that you slide in, and you have the 2 leads coming out of the wing sections that go into the main fuse. And basically what the 2 screws that are provided for those act almost as like a set screw. They don't actually screw into the tube itself, but they put pressure against it to keep them from sliding out. And really that's pretty much it on the build. Everything is pretty much done. A couple minutes worth of assembly. I would say within a half hour you can probably have this thing put together and ready to go. So that leads to you, Mr. Thayer. Talk to us about the AnyLink and what AnyLink and what radio we did use for this.
Okay. We use the Futaba 8-channel radio here, and you can see we've got the AnyLink module on the back. This is a Tactic product. It plugs into the trainer port of most modern radios and allows you to fly any Tactic equipped transmitter ready model with any transmitter. We've got a Futaba radio, but it also works with JR high-tech early Futabas with a round plug trainer port. This one's got a square port. They've got adapter cords for all those popular transmitters, and it's a great system. It lets you use your mixing. You need expo dual rates, anything like that, servo reversing. It's all built into the transmitter, and then it links to that AnyLink.
Now we've used the AnyLink on several models. So I know you've flown quite a few of them. I've flown quite a few of them. It really seems to be a pretty good system. I mean, it's pretty intuitive as far as the setup. It's real easy to do, and we haven't really seemed to have any problems at all with the system.
No, it does go pretty well. It goes easily, and it's, you know, an amazingly inexpensive product as well. It's only like $25 or something at your local hobby shop.
There you go. Well, what else comes with that as far as battery?
There's really not much else, Rob. There's a 3-cell 1300 milliamp 11.1 volt battery. Nice lightweight battery, but it gives plenty of power for a model like this. And then the charger. It's a 3-cell balancing charger. You plug into the balancing port of the battery, plug the other side with the cable that comes with it into the 12-volt port on your car or a power supply on your workbench, And I'll tell you what, plug this in before you get going on the assembly, because it's going to take probably 15-20 minutes to get the battery freshened up, ready to go for your first flight, and by the time that's done, you'll have the airplane built and ready to go.
Yeah, with 3 screws, I think we'll be pretty safe with that. Yeah, it sounds good. Well, that just leaves us to get it out to the flying field, get it flown, and make sure you come back for part 2 of the review scoring.